Hello everyone, Bats 2011 here, and we got a Platinum review for you guys. As you can see, there's the Platinum for the Need for Speed Heat game that just came out not that long ago. 1.1% of people have gotten the Plat, so it's not a very common Plat. Now, I'm going to be giving you guys a review on Need for Speed Heat. For those of you that aren't familiar with my channel, Platinum Review is where I platinum the game, complete every possible thing you can complete with that baby, and then I review it. That way you get the full review. You're not getting some reviewer that spends 5 minutes, or not 5 minutes, that'd be a really bad review, spends, 5 to 10 hours playing a game, and then they're like, oh yes, I'm well qualified to tell you how you would feel about this game. You get it from somebody who's actually put the time and effort into the game. So that's pretty much the essence of a platinum review. And I keep telling myself this. I keep stopping with reviews, and I'll put out a couple, and then I'll stop for a little while, and then I'll put out a couple. So this time I'm serious this time, hopefully. But I'm going to be putting out a lot more reviews as time progresses. I'm going to try and stay actually with it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this time I'm serious, guys. Maybe we'll see. So before I begin, go ahead and like the channel so you can see all the reviews that I possibly will be putting out, and you can see my older content too. Also, like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's what I meant to say. Like the video. Call your mom, tell her, hey mom, I'm watching this video for Need for Speed Heat. Tell her to like it too, and everybody just like that. So we're gonna get started on this review. Now, I have a couple of different points that I want to hit with this review with Need for Speed Heat, and I feel like these are the most important points to hit with this review. So we got story, then we're going to hit up music, then we're going to hit up gameplay, then we're going to hit up online, or no, we won't do online. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Online's going to be in there with the gameplay, graphics, and then end game. So we got 6 different categories. There's some subcategories too, which are going to be talked about during the videos as well. So as you can see here, we're going to start with the gameplay. Right now I'm in night mode. In night mode, you're doing races, illegal races, running from the cops, building up your rep. As you build up your rep, you unlock new parts, new cars, build your crew rep, which you can also do crews. So crews are where you and all your friends can join up and race together, pretty much be a crew. Now, I do have some gripes about the crews. But I'm going to hold that off to kind of explain what's coming up here. So as you can see, right now I have 809,000 rep, which is up at the top. At night, you have a possibility to lose that rep. Now, if you lose that rep, you can lose it by crashing and getting busted by the cops. You can lose it a couple different ways. So what you're going to want to do is you want to go to the safe house to pretty much cash in your rep. Build up your rep meter and just keep cashing it in to build up your rep. So over there is my overall rep level. As you build up that rep, like I said, you unlock new parts. As you can see, these are a lot of the end game parts. You can also unlock parts by doing heat level races. So as you do races at night and you bust cops or not bust cops, but destroy cop cars, run from the cops, you increase your heat level. As your heat level multiplies, it goes up to at least 5. As your heat level goes up, also does your multiplier. So let's say you do 5 races that are worth 34,000 rep. I'm not good at math, so we'll just say that's 125 rep. That's completely wrong, but we'll just say it. So 125, then if you have a heat level 5, it times that, so you'd actually be bringing home almost 600,000 or more. So that's pretty much how that works. But as your heat level increases, so do the cops. The cops get harder, they get stronger, they bring out more. They have rhinos, which are giant tanks that like slam into your, not tanks, but they're like giant armored cop cars, SWAT cars that like slam into you. They have helicopters, stronger cop cars that are faster. And early on, the cops were really, really stressful. But as you progress through the game and you get faster, you can pretty much outrun a cop. So you don't really have to worry about them. But during the day is when you're pretty much doing sanctioned races. So during the day, the races are all legal. You won't get stopped by the cops unless you purposely like slam into one. But yeah, all the races are legal. So during the day, you're racing to get money. You're gaining money so that you can buy these parts. But you can't get those parts unless you build up your rep to unlock them. So you have to kind of balance it out. I found it was good to pretty much go until I was heat level 4 or 5, and I have no repair left on my car. Repairs are as your car gets damaged at night. It can also get damaged during the day, but as it gets damaged at night, you have to go to a gas station to repair your car. If your car gets totaled, it's end of your night. Whatever you have is lost. So you want to keep making sure that your car is repaired and everything. So as you race at night, you're repairing your car, doing all that. So I lost my train of thought where I was going with that. So we'll just kind of skip what I was thinking. But yeah, you're going to be doing that during the day, trying to gain rep or gain money to buy the parts that you get with the rep. You kind of want to work out that balance, and like I said, I found doing a couple races at night to build up my rep, then cashing it in. That's where I was cashing it in, and then going back to the day and doing some races to get money, and then buying more parts. It's working that perfect balance. Also, you have collectibles that you can get. These range from flamingos, billboards, jumps, as you can see here. This jump is one of the worst jumps in the game. It gave me a lot of issues. I think I spent at least 30 minutes on this jump. So I kind of wanted to show you guys like this one's kind of a pain. So good luck with that one if you're going for the platinum. It's not a fun day at all. So we have that, and as you play the game, so you have these races, and early on, you have these races with your campaign, which we'll get into the story in a little bit. But you have your campaign races, and you can do your campaign races on top of doing these other races. It keeps growing. The maps keeps growing as far as like what races there are to do, everything like that. But once you hit end game, the races kind of come to a halt. There's a few new ones that get added, but there's not a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of races there. So towards the end of the game, when you're trying to build up your rep level, your crew rep level, you're pretty much doing the same races over and over and over and over, and it gets really, really repetitive. I found myself not wanting to play anymore because I was like, man, I'm really tired of doing these same races. That doesn't take away from the game, though. The game is incredibly fun. I really, really enjoy this game. A super fun game, but it does get repetitive after a while. We're going to go ahead and switch over to story now. I do have a couple extra things for gameplay here in a little bit, but we'll switch to story for right now. So the story is kind of lackluster. It follows your main character, which you create, but it's generic. So you have a generic character that you can pick out of like 7 people, and all you can do is change their clothes. So you pretty much pick your character at the beginning, and you're a racer. It's the whole good cop, bad cop scenario. The cops are trying to stop the street racers and all that exciting stuff. It was a very boring, lackluster experience. Also, one thing to point out right here, if you are trying to run from the cops, if you go to this exact location, jump up onto this ramp and get right here, the cops can never get you. I found this spot. I'll also be showing another spot in this video. So if you're playing it later, you can get away from them. You can drive along this whole thing. Cops can't get you. If they do, like right here it says chased by 2 cops, you can just sit right there and it'll eventually escape from them. So just a little tidbit of information for you if you do decide to play it. Over there is the other location, which I'll drive over there to kind of show you guys that too. But back to the point. Story is, it's just not there for me. I didn't really enjoy the story. At the beginning, it was exciting, or interesting. I wouldn't say exciting. It was a very interesting story, and it was intriguing, but it was very predictable. And yeah, it just didn't do it for me. But it's not a bad story. It really isn't. But also, you don't play Need for Speed because you want to see the story. You play for the gameplay. Now we're going to go on to music. Man, the music in Need for Speed Heat is the worst part of Need for Speed Heat. think they have maybe 20 tracks, probably, maybe even less. It felt like less. But they have very few tracks, and most of it is all Latino music. And I live in New Mexico, so I'm around that type of music, but it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not like, oh, cool, Latino music. I get that this is set in Miami, I believe, or fictionary Miami, but not everybody is into that music, and they drowned out the entire soundtrack with just that type of music. I think there's one like electronic song or electronica or whatever that's called, and then there's like two rap songs. As you can see right there, there's another glitch, or one of the glitches that you can get when you're driving. Being online, you can slam into other vehicles that just randomly pop up because the game doesn't load fast enough. So as you can see right there, I just randomly slammed into that vehicle. You can rewind a couple seconds if you want to see it again. But yeah, he just popped up in front of me. We slammed into each other. So one of my gripes. But yeah, back to the music. It's just not. It's not there. It wasn't there for me. I did not enjoy the music. I gave it a good chance. I want to say. I want to say the platinum took me about 50 hours, 40 to 50 hours. And for about 30 of those hours, I listened to the soundtrack the entire time. And it kept playing the same songs, same songs, same songs. And it was just like, I wasn't enjoying it. I was like, man, when I race, I want to race to something that is, exciting, pumps me up, not something that makes me go like, let me change the song really quick. So I didn't like that. But one thing you can do, anybody else, if you're playing and you're like, man, I do not like this music, you can go in there, you can turn off the volume for music. You can also put on Spotify and just listen to Spotify. That's what I ended up doing. I was like, I'm just going to listen to my own stuff. So we're here on the second spot where you can escape from the cops. So you're going to go to this area. This is 100% every single time you'll escape. Now, one thing about this, you'll have to go to this exact spot if helicopters are chasing you, because they can't see you with the covering. So we're gonna turn around right here, and there is all these stupid cops. So there's that one to the left. So you're gonna jump up there. And then you're going to drive, and then you're going to jump up there. Now, you don't want to stop here. I messed up on this part. You don't want to stop and then go. You want to get your speed going, but I was kind of all over the place. So, yeah, I have to go back around and redo it. But, yeah, I'll show you guys here in a moment. Yeah, little mess up right there, but no biggie. But, yeah, you can listen to Spotify as you play. So, a really good one I put on, like Lupe Fiasco the Cool. And that's always fun to race to. Also, you don't want to go that short to get it, because you can see you're going to fall. But if you have a couple of cops chasing you, if you do that short one, they'll fall and they'll crash. So you're going to want to, I think I go in there and try it from in there. I don't remember. But you're going to want to go off from the side and then jump up there. But yeah, that's pretty much that jump right there. Yeah, see, I barely missed it, so then I'm going to go all the way around, and then I get it. But yeah, so that's the music. Music, like I said, worst part of the game. I hated the music in the game. It could have been a lot better, but it wasn't. So far we've hit gameplay, we've hit story, we've hit music. Now we're going to go to online. Before we do, though, as you can see right there, that's the perfect spot to get away from. Helicopters can't see you right there because you're under coverage. If they do, just back up a little bit or drive forward a little bit. And then you have that house right there that you can just, once the cops kind of move away, you can just go right to it. So perfect spot right there. So online, the whole game is online. Online everything. Online. You're racing online. You can play offline if you want, but it's a better experience online. You can race with your friends in a crew. You can do all this stuff. Now, my biggest issue with this game, and this is what causes the score to go down so much. As you can see right there, the server you are connected to is shutting down soon. Please save your progress and go to Garage. I'm going to show it again on another portion. Yeah. See, look, bam. Server you are is shutting down. Please play offline. Blah, blah, blah. Now, why that is annoying is because as you're racing at night and you're building up your rep, let's say you're rep 4 and you are just knocking it out. You are on a great run. You are killing it. And then that pops up. You have to go to a garage. I don't know the exact time that you have. I think you have like 10, 15 minutes to go to a garage. A lot of times it pops up mid-race or when you're busy doing something. So you're like, okay, let me do this really quick and finish this, and then I'll go to the garage. You end up forgetting about it. So if the server shuts down while you're racing at night, um, if the server shuts down while you are racing at night, this damn game makes you lose all the rep that you gained. Every tiny piece of rep that you gain is gone. Now, this could have been easily negated if the company would have just been like, okay, what we'll do is tell them the server's shutting down soon. For the people that don't move over, we'll tell them host migration would have been, or server migration, smarter, but whatever. For the people that don't move over, we'll automatically let them know, like, we're ending your race within the next 2 minutes, end what you're doing in the next 2 minutes, or you're going to be forced to go to a garage. Once that 2 minutes hits, like a little timer pops up. Once that goes to 0, you get forced to go to the garage, your night is ended, you don't lose any of your rep. Instead, the game makes you lose everything. So that was my biggest damn gripe with this damn game, is that, because oh man, there were so many times I'd be racing, and let's say like racing at night, and that pops up, but like I go to the bathroom really quick so I don't see it pop up, and then I lose everything. Or like I said, I forget about it and I lose everything. So it made me so upset so many times. But that's my biggest gripe about the whole game. So we've hit online, we've hit music, we've hit story, we've hit gameplay. Last thing that we are going to hit, I might have missed one in there, I don't know. But last one we are going to hit is end game. I kind of touched on this before, but end game. Oh, graphics. There we go. Graphics. We'll do that first. Graphics. As you can see, it doesn't look horrible. If you have it in HDR, I had to turn off HDR to record this, but if you have it in HDR, it does look better. The game does look kind of ugly though in comparison to like Forza and stuff like that. I'm not a big Forza fan, but yeah, like Forza looks gorgeous. This kind of looks like they could have done a lot better. They really could have done a lot better with these graphics. A lot of the buildings seem like they're, copy and pasted. There's no real like life to the graphics. There's a lot of times I'll go to hit something and it'll like glitch through my vehicle. My car flipped upside down and my guy's butt was like hanging outside the bottom of the car. So yeah, graphics on this aren't the best. They're not the best at all. Still not too bad, but yeah, like they leave stuff to be desired. So like I said, we'll go into Endgame and then we'll be done with the video. Sorry, I keep having to mute it because I'm coughing. I'm dying. Whew. But Endgame. The Endgame in Need for Speed, which I kind of touched on earlier, is a lot of the same thing. You're still doing the same races. There is a race that does pop up called the Discovery Races, which is one of the trophy requirements is to complete the Discovery Race event. Now, the Discovery Races, there's 4, Discovery A, B, C, and D, which are smaller races that you do in portions, like little chunks, and they don't really net you that much rep. But then you get into Discovery, the final Discovery race, and this is about a 12 to 13 minute race around the entire map. The map's a pretty good size because it takes 13 minutes to go around it, but you want to be max level when you do it. I tried to do it before I was maxed car level, and yeah, I was getting whooped by people. So yeah, if you're thinking about doing it, then don't. Don't do it till you're maxed. As you can see, this is an off-road race. There's different kinds of races as well. I forgot to bring this up in the gameplay portion. There's off-road, regular races, and then drift. The off-road races are and drift races are very few and far between. So there's not really You only do them like here and there, so they're not anything special. After I completed the stories for them, I didn't really play them at all. I was like, all right, we're just gonna race like normal. But yeah, Endgame, also Endgame. This kind of touches into story a little bit. Some of the characters from the story will call you on your phone while you're racing and like tell you stuff. But I feel like they should have just kept this out of the game. I really do. I don't know why they put this in there, but they call you, and after you beat the game, after you beat the campaign, and you're just playing to get the platinum, they call you over and over with the same thing. So they'll be like, "Oh man, I just saw so and so. I was scared," and you're like, "Okay, cool." And then you're racing, and then the person calls you back a little bit later. "Oh my gosh, I just saw so and so. I was scared," and it's the same thing over and over, same thing over and over. And I'm like, okay, we get the picture. You're scared. I don't understand why, but yeah, they put it in there. It's nothing too big, but it's like a little annoyance of mine that I was like, okay, they could have added more to those or just kept them out completely. Um, but yeah, other than that, I mean, the racing in the game is very fluid. It's really good. It pisses me off when cars come out of traffic and you slam into them, but thus is the life of a racer, I guess. Drifting in the game could have been a little bit better. There's a lot of different aspects too, like if you want to make your car more road savvy, or if you want to focus on off-roading or drifting. So depending on how you customize your car is how it's handled on different terrain. But yeah, drifting kind of was a little bit spotty at times. Um, there's a lot of glitches in the game too, where like you'll slam into something or you'll hit it and you'll kind of like glitch in there and get stuck. But then the game will reset and not the whole game, but your car will reset and you'll be able to drive some more. So it's not too bad whenever that does happen. The game has a autocorrect feature where it does switch you back over to where you're not just stuck there. So yeah, there's a lot of things in there, little things that kind of bug, but there's a lot of things that the game does right. So that's pretty much everything I have to say as far as like the certain subjects or categories with it. Now my overall thoughts on the game. I think Need for Speed Heat is an amazing game. It is incredibly fun, and this is my favorite Need for Speed that I've played in recent years. It obviously, to me, it's not better than Need for Speed Underground. I preferred Underground 1 over Underground 2, but the Underground series, it can't touch it. It's still Underground, still the best. But this is a close third. This is a great game. Super fun. I entirely enjoyed my time with it, and I'd highly recommend playing it for anybody who's a fan of racing game, anybody who's a fan of Need for Speed. You need to try out Need for Speed Heat. I know they've had a couple of bombs in recent years, but yeah, this really rejuvenated the series. I really have high hopes for what's to come with Need for Speed because of this. So definitely check it out. If you do have EA Access, by the way, you can get a 7-day free trial. Um, if you have EA Access, you can get a free trial. I want to say it's a 5 or 10 hour trial of this game, so you can try it out for yourself. And if you do decide to buy it, you get 10% off the actual game. So I would definitely try the trial of EA Access before you play this. This way you can kind of see if you'll like it. Other than that, my score for the game. Now, I kind of was on the fence with this because it's really good, but there are a lot of little gripes I do have, and then my biggest gripe being the server issues with the online. Um, so I would give the game an 8.5 out of 10. Again, biggest issues are the online portion with the server, the music, the lackluster story. But other than that, this game is really fun, highly enjoyable. Definitely one of the best in the series. You definitely need to try it out. Something new I'm doing for Platinum Reviews as well is a pretty much should you delete it or keep it. Pretty much after you platinum it, is there any room? Is there any replayability? So keep it or delete it. Need for Speed Heat, I would delete it. There's nothing to do once you hit the platinum. After you hit the platinum, you've already maxed out everything. You've unlocked all the special cars. You've done everything possible. You could go back and restart, I guess, or just build up your car collection. But to me, there was no replayability. I don't know if they're going to have any DLC for it. I don't think they normally do at Need for Speed. So yeah, pretty much after you platinum it, it's dead. It takes about 50 hours, 40 to 50 hours to platinum. Um, so it's definitely fun. I would highly suggest trying it, guys. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions about the game in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have any questions. If you want me to see me like platinum any other games and review it, except like Dark Souls or something like that, because that's complicated. I got life. That's hard. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, like the video, subscribe. Sorry this was a long review. I had a lot to talk about with this game. It was it took a very very long time for me to get this platinum. Not a very long time, but I put a lot of work into it. I really enjoyed it. So I wanted you guys to get the best possible review I could give with this. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. You guys are awesome, and as always, keep gaming. Platinum games. Trophy hunt. That is the best thing ever. Trophy hunt, and I'm gonna slam into this car or into this tree to end it. So thank you, guys. Have a good day or night or evening, whatever, wherever you are. Have a good one.